The trip that Legacy made to Longview. Ooh. When I heard the score 3-0,
yeah,
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
We got a little battle going on. Then 10-0, and then the thing about Longview, they've got the depth.
Yeah.
That they wear you down.
Yeah.
They wear you down. They got just one school, and I only imagine what Coach King said in the locker room.
Don't want to know. It's probably not television appropriate.
Even after midnight.
Yeah, right. Even for overtime.
Even
it's not
for
appropriate.
overtime. But I do have to give Coach Bo and his team a lot of credit for what they were able to do in the first half. And coaches always say you play 4 quarters, and that is true. But you're playing Longview, and my understanding is they haven't beaten Longview since 2003 or something. That drought.
This is 20 in a row that Longview has won over Legacy.
And well, Longview's Longview.
Yeah, well, and I mean, but it's the same thing, kind of the same thing you're talking about with Longview and Legacy is the same thing we were talking about with Troop and New Diana tonight. You know, that first half, Troop kept it real tight, 14-3 halftime.
Yeah.
And then coming out of halftime, Troop scored to make it 14-11, got within 3, and then after that, New Diana just kind of pulled away. And I think it's the same thing we saw with Longview. They just wore Legacy down.
Right.
And it's the same. Coach Bo talks about it all the time. You know, he's proud of his defense and up front, but your defense can only do so much.
Right.
If they're out there a lot, you're asking a lot to slow down Boosie and the Lobo offense. So.
Well, and the key is keep the opposition like a Boosie on the sidelines.
Right.
And some teams can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a look at that. We're talking about the Longview Legacy game. That it was, like I said, when I got into the car and listened to the radio, I was like, oh, there's 3-0.
What's going on?
They're playing really, really well. And I'm not surprised. I'm not so much surprised because I know their defense has been playing lights out. And that's the first touchdown of the game just before the half.
And that was an underthrown ball.
Yeah, so it was 10-0. And then I guess the second half, this is when things began to pull away.
That's not on the defense, though. That's just a great offensive play.
Yeah, he threw the ball, and he got the range. I mean, the length, the height. There we go. Zachary Davis, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
Nice little pass. But when it comes to being out physical, that's what happens. When they line up like that inside the red zone, you've got to win your battle in the trenches, and the wearing down will happen. 38-15. It may sound weird to think that 38-15 is respectable.
Right.
But I think this is a respectable loss. And coaches don't like losing.
No.
They don't.
They're not going to look at it that way. But for us, we could say, especially both these Tyler teams, where these programs were just 2 or 3 years ago, before Coach Bo and Coach Rashawn Woods got in here, where they were a couple, 3 years ago to where they are now, it's night and day. These teams are battling.
We see the strides of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
What we got next, guys?